You're watching the Algoa National Rally, Event 4 of the 2018 South African National Rally Championship. Marking the midpoint of the season, the Algoa National Rally is not only one of the traditionally most challenging events of the calendar, but it has also proved pivotal in determining the overall series champions. Heading into the 2018 Algoa National Rally for the first time in 35 years without the support of Volkswagen as the title sponsor, the Algoa Rally Club stepped in to ensure the event once again lived up to its superb reputation. With 3 rounds of 7 rallies completed, it's AC Potgieter alongside Nico Swartz that led the championship standings. Guy Bottrell and Simon Vasey-Lyle were just 1 point behind. The R2N class story would be one of establishing momentum heading into the all-important second half of the season. But elsewhere in the Algoa National Rally, there were intriguing subplots. The rally boasted a field of 41 cars, with competitors even travelling to Port Elizabeth from as far afield as Tanzania. Along with the usual R2N and classic car championship chasers was a 17-car regional lineup representing the Algoa Rally Club and 10 open class competitors. The most noteworthy of these in the open class were Jurgen Fecken and Carl Peskin in a Polo GTI Rally Cup concept car. The double South African national champion trialled the vehicle as part of Volkswagen's ongoing development of a rally vehicle for their popular GTI Cup track racing car. Although the rally did not conclude as planned for Fecken and Peskin, there are positive signs that the Polo GTI Rally Cup vehicle has a future in the sport of South African rally. Another exciting development for this year's Algoa National Rally was the introduction of a night stage up Van Staden's Pass. In total, the rally included 11 racing stages, over 164 kilometers, with the Longmore Forest stages of Day 2 making up the majority of the rally distance.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think Guy's coming from me. I think he wants to win another season. But yeah, there's 4 rounds left with this round. So I think there's a long rally ahead, eh?
Yeah, as you said, we haven't got off to the best start this year. We've had quite a lot of bad luck. I think we came off with a win in Durban, and then from there just went downhill. So PE is definitely where we need to get it back up there, start gaining points again and catching our guys on top. We came last year, we won in PE, so hopefully we can carry that on.
The rally got underway on Friday afternoon with the ceremonial start at the Bay West Mall. The opening stage of the rally saw Guy Bottrell and Simon Vasey-Lyle signal their intent to dominate the event in the Toyota Gazoo Racing Etios. The pair won the opening 23.5 kilometer long Jagvlakte route by an impressive 12.4 seconds.
Narrow crest, 500 over bumpy, 500 over bumpy, turn hip.
Posting the second fastest time on the stage were the championship leaders, AC Potgieter and Nico Swartz in the Lake Amuzi VW Polo.
Sticking caution jump. And keep it into left 7, keep it into left 7, right 5, 130.
Third on the stage, a further 2 seconds back, were Richard Leake and Henry Kerner in the Speed Glass Ford Fiesta. JJ Potgieter and Tommy De Toy in the Verco Energy Ford Fiesta posted the 4th fastest time on the opening special. Back into racing, the Swazi Cowboy, Jono van Wyk, alongside long-time campaigner Barry White, got 5th on the stage. Just 0.6 of a second slower was the Electro Thread Mazda 2 of Chris Kurtzer and Greg Godrich, strong after their podium finish at the previous round. Next on the timesheets was the combination of experience and youth, represented by Chart Conradi and Marie van der Walt in the Silverton Engineering Toyota Etios. Matthew Vasey-Lyle and Rickers Fourie in the Yato Tools Toyota Etios got a 7th fastest stage time, but suffered terminal engine damage, ending their rally. Rounding out the R2N class on the stage was George Smallberger alongside Carolyn Swan in the Shield Racing VW Polo. In the classic class, stage 1 of the Algoa National Rally set the scene for the Battle of the Datsuns after 2 retirements in the class. Barry Hine, who had Kevin Futcher alongside him in his 555 Triple S Coupe, drew first blood in the battle with the Malherbers. Rallying a classic Datsun Triple S, driver Etienne Malherbe was joined by son Moritz in a multi-generation tussle for rally victory. The 10-car strong open class was dominated on the opening stage by the powerful Polo GTI Rally Cup car of Hurken Fecken and Carl Peskin. Second on the class timesheets was the Subaru Impreza of Rory Eland and Robbie Kutsia, followed by Rika Schmidt and Shirley Peterson in their VW Polo 250. Also competing for open class honours at the Algoa Rally was Smail Sher Mohammed and Pierre Jourdan. They'd go to battle with Clyde Challenor and Graham Bishop, Johan and Joan Viljoen, Ross and Roxanne Bartle, Nick Davidson and Ashley Besadenhout, championship leader Ian Rademeyer and his daughter Morena Brits, and Steph Peterson and the championship leading navigator Matt Kohler. Stage 2 and the second pass of the Jachtvlakte route saw Guy Bottrell extend his rally lead by a further 8 seconds over the chasing AC Podgieter. The Toyota driver set a time of 17 minutes and 2 seconds, while the VW man could only manage 17 and 10. Richard Leek was again third fastest on the stage, giving up nearly 10 seconds to Podgieter and 18 to Bottrell. Behind the race for the podium places in the R2N class was Jono van Veek. He was the best of the rest, followed by JJ Podgieter, Chris Kurtzer, and then Chart Conradi. The Volkswagen Polo of George Smallberger and Carolyn Swan did not survive the Jachtvlakte stages, however. The pair unfortunately had to withdraw with terminal engine failure. After 2 stages, Guy Bottrell led the Algoa National Rally by 21.2 seconds over AC Podgieter, with Richard Leek third at 32 seconds. For stage 3, the rally returned to the Bay West Mall for the first of 3 runnings of the mixed gravel and asphalt spectator-friendly route. At just 3.4 kilometers long, but filled with hairpin turns, it would prove tricky throughout the rally. One driver who had no issues with the route was Guy Bottrell. He completed his 3rd successive stage win. Richard Leek moved up a spot on the stage timesheets, posting the 2nd fastest time around the Bay West Mall stage. 3rd fastest was the return of the Swazi cowboy. Jono van Veek was back up to race pace. With the sun starting to set, the service park at the Bay West Mall was abuzz with activity as the crew set up for the rally's night stages. The afternoon's action, which took in 55 kilometers of rallying, had already taken its toll on the field. 11 cars had now been forced out of the rally. The night rallying action got underway with a unique 4.6 kilometer long stage on Van Staden's Pass. The usual format of back-to-back runs on the same route was shunned at the Algoa National Rally in favour of splitting up the night stages, which, whilst tougher for the spectators, was exceptionally popular amongst the drivers. Guy Bottrell in particular excelled once again, showing off why he is the defending 4-time national champion. The Toyota Gazoo racing driver and his co-driver Simon Vasey-Lyle put together a flawless run to post the fastest time on the stage. The pair stopped the clock in a time of 2 minutes and 12.4 seconds. The rally then returned once again to the Bay West Mall for the final stage of the opening day. This stage, though seemingly innocuous, claimed 2 victims as the number of retirements now rose to 13. The Stage 5 retirees were regional campaigners Johnny and James Johnston, along with JJ Podgieter and Tommy DeToy, who had been running 5th overall in the rally up until then. The spectator-friendly stage saw Guy Bottrell extend his rally lead with the Toyota Gazoo Racing Etios's 5th successive stage victory. Bottrell achieved this by shaving 2.2 seconds off the time that he had set on the first pass of the Bay West Mall route on stage 3. Richard Leek, meanwhile, who placed second on stage 5, only managed to shave 9/10 of a second off his time on the second pass. The 4 drivers' time of 3 minutes and 4.8 seconds was 1.7 seconds slower than that of Bottrell. Capitalizing on a horror showing by AC Podgieter, which saw him lose 40 seconds and his 2nd place overall in the rally, was Chris Kurtzer. The Electra Thread Mazda 2 driver claimed his first stage podium on stage 5 of the rally. After 5 stages at the end of the opening day, the classic class was sadly down to a final competitor, that of Etienne Malherbe and his Datsun Triple S. The open class category was starting to heat up. In fact, Nick Davidson and Ricker Smith were tied in class for 4th. Leading the way though was Rory Eland, followed by Clyde Challenor and Johan Viljoen. Holding positions 6 through 9 after the opening day were Ross Bartle, Steph Peterser, Gregory Hine and Ian Rodemeyer. After 5 of the 11 stages of the Algoa National Rally, Guy Bottrell led Richard Leek by 40 seconds. AC Potgieter was now in 3rd, 1 minute and 7 seconds behind the leaders. The second day of any rally is where the winner is determined, and despite holding a healthy lead heading into Saturday's 6 stages, Bottrell still had it all to do.
It's day number 2 of the Algoa Rally, round number 4 of the NRC Championship for 2018. Day number 1 was dramatic. Very tight and technical stages, but exposed and open, dry and dusty. Day number 2 dawns, and we're here at Longmore. This is going to be forest racing for the main part of the day, and then we finish off our day at the Bay West Mall. The forest roads are in the best condition that anyone has seen for the last couple of years of racing, so it's going to give us some spectacular rally racing action. Overnight, it's Bottrell that has a 40 seconds, a big, comfortable lead over Richard Leek, who's coming on strong. AC Potgieter had his issues late on in the day, and we'll catch up with some of the stories down in DSP. But right now, 40 seconds, Toyota's Bottrell has one hand on the trophy and may be the first driver in the last couple of seasons to go 3 rally wins on the trot.
The MTO Forestry Group's Longmore Forest would host 5 of the day's stages and provide a challenging 102 kilometres of rallying. The iconic MTO Culturama, MTO PPC Jelly and MTO Sink Dam stages would provide the battleground to determine the 2018 Algoa National Rally Champion. Guy Bottrell picked up where he'd left off on the opening day by blitzing the 19-kilometre long Culturama stage. His time of 11 minutes and 52 seconds was 12.5 seconds faster than that of AC Potgieter, who set the second fastest time of the opening stage of day 2. Jono van Wyk meanwhile edged out Richard Leek by a few hundredths of a second to claim 3rd place on the stage. Leek's struggle for rhythm and race pace would see his overall advantage to AC Potgieter for 2nd overall start to come under threat. Meanwhile, further down the R2N class, Chris Kurtzer in the Electra Thread Mazda 2 and Chart Conradi in the Silverton Engineering Toyota Etios were split in the overall standings by Rory Eland and the Subaru.
Yeah, it's been a while. Good fun. Pretty scary out there, some drop-offs and slippery, a little bit dusty, but wow, awesome stage.
At the end of yesterday, you were a little bit concerned about some overheating with the fan. Everything good?
Yeah, we seem to have sorted it out. Went through this first stage fine today, so we'll see how it goes.
You know, normally running first on the road is tricky. We have had a few moments because it's quite slippery, but the other guys have had to deal with my dust. There's no wind today, so I'm quite happy to be first on the road and no dust and clear vision, and just put up with a bit of slippy. And we're into our 2nd loop now, so sweeping the roads is over for us. So we just got to make sure we don't damage the car and bring it home clean.
Stage 7 saw the field take on the 22.6 kilometre long PPC Jelly stage. But as with all the stages which preceded in the Algoa National Rally by that point, Guy Bottrell emerged once again victorious. The Toyota Gazoo Racing star extended his rally lead by a further 3 seconds by clocking a time of 15 minutes and 37 seconds. AC Potgieter was 2nd fastest on the stage, posting a time of 15 minutes and 38 seconds as he moved into 2nd on the overall timesheets. In 3rd on the stage, and clearly getting to grips with the tricky, fast conditions, was Jono van Wyk in the Swazi Cowboy Ford Fiesta. Chris Kurtzer and Chart Conradi were 4th and 5th respectively, though neither was looking likely to be able to trouble the top 3 steps with their times. Richard Leek was likewise struggling to trouble the top 3 and once again conceded a significant chunk of time to his R2N class rivals.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like our bad luck's going to end. About 3 k's into that stage we lost brakes and had to try to drive it out.
Looking at the times heading into that stage, I think there was around about 7 or 8 seconds between you and AC. I think it looks like you lost about a minute there.
Yeah, no, I'm sure we lost more than a minute to him. I think so. Now I think there's about 4 stages left, so I think we're going to have to try work some time back there.
Yeah, no, my car's holding up very well. We did some suspension changes this round, so the car is very good now. We didn't lose that much time, so we're going for it.
The rest of the day looks like the forest is going to be nice and open for you guys. Little bit of wind, but not quite enough to clear all the dust.
Yeah, no, definitely the traction will be better from the first round. There's a few cars through, so we'll have more traction through the race. The wind must come up. Yeah, there's too much dust in the stage, but luckily they gave the 3-minute dust cap for us.
Leek's loss of over 2 minutes to both Guy Bottrell and AC Potgieter saw him drop to third on the overall timesheets after 7 stages of the Algoa National Rally.
Culturama stage 1 this morning, probably one of the best stages in the country, but the dust ruined it for us. Early morning, absolutely no wind. We were 5th on the road, so that really made it tough. We came into some corners flat out in 4th or 5th gear, and then it's just dust. Completely unsettling. So the second half of the stage, we just slowed down completely.
Coming into this stage then, obviously the dust has raised a little bit. They gave you guys 3-minute dust caps. Did that help a little bit?
The 3-minute dust cap definitely helps, and I think there's a little bit of a breeze now. It's on top of the mountain, not in the valleys. There's still some dust, but it's much better now.
The 8th stage of the National Rally saw the field repeat the Culturama route. With the braking markers laid down and the racing line swept clean, Guy Bottrell's nominal disadvantage of running first on the road was neutralised. The Toyota driver didn't let up though and continued to set the fastest times. He went on to bag his 8th straight stage win. Second in the stage was AC Potgieter as he looked to stay within striking distance of the rally leader.
Is long right 4. And left 1 over small crest right 2. 100 left 7 opens. 140. Long right 5 opens.
Jono van Wyk was third on the stage and within 10 seconds of Bottrell's stage time, showing that he has the pace to compete for a national rally victory. Meanwhile, Leek's hemorrhaging of time continued on stage 8, though he did manage to post faster times than Chris Kurtzer and Chad Conradi. Fortunately for the Speed Class Ford Fiesta driver, his buffer over 4th overall was well over a minute. On the second running of the PPC Jelly stage, Guy Bottrell's remarkable spell of stage wins was broken by championship leader AC Potgieter. Claiming his first stage win of the Algoa National Rally, the Leica Muzi VW Polo driver reduced Bottrell's advantage by 2.1 seconds. This result by no means put Bottrell's overall lead under risk, however. Perhaps he and co-driver Simon Vesulile were more concerned with getting his Toyota Etios to the finish of the rally. Positions 3 through 6 on the stage were claimed by Jono van Wyk, Richard Leek, Chris Kurtzer and Chad Conradi respectively. With the rally now edging towards its conclusion, the time for taking risks was well and truly over. Securing championship points was more important than a stellar single-stage performance. For the last remaining classic car in the field, Etienne Malherbe, nursing his Datsun Triple S through the final 2 stages to secure maximum championship points, was the primary aim. But for the open class competitors who do not rally for the national championship, each stage is an opportunity to enjoy the thrill of rallying, especially in the exceptional roads of the Longmore Forest.
Yeah, it's the stages and this rally has been put together unbelievably well, and the roads are perfect and flowing, and that Subaru, when he takes off, we just know that we got to put the hammer down to try and catch him. So on the open sections and the nice flowing stuff, he's pulling a good gap on us, but when he gets a bit tighter and his car's a bit heavier and all that, I think we can pull a little bit back from him.
You had a good setup going yesterday as well to stay inside the top 10, and I think that's probably set you up nicely going into day number 2. The rest of the day, it's going to be wide open, even faster, what I'm hearing.
Yeah, it's still a long rally. There's still a lot of stages, a lot of kilometers to do, and you just got to keep your wits about you, keep hydrated and keep your wits about you, because you can lose it so quickly here.
After 4 stages of the Longmore Forest with a single forest stage remaining and the grand finale at the Bay West Mall remaining, Guy Bottrell led the Algoa National Rally by 1 minute and 23 seconds. The final stage of the Longmore Forests was the nearly 19-kilometre long Sink Dam route, which was largely the Culturama route in reverse. Guy Bottrell seized the chance to claim another stage victory, showing the insatiable hunger for success, which has driven him to 4 national titles. AC Potgieter once again posted the second fastest time on the stage, but at 11 seconds slower than Bottrell's, his final slim chance of challenging for the final outcome was slipping away. Behind Bottrell and Potgieter, Jono van Wyk, Richard Leek, Chris Kurtzer and Chad Conradi assumed their now customary positions on the stage timesheets. And with over a minute between each of the R2N cars, only a disaster on the final stage would see their overall positions change. The final stage of the Algoa National Rally saw the competitors return for a third time to the Bay West Mall route. With Guy Bottrell all but secure in his victory, he could afford to take his foot off the gas. AC Potgieter was the driver to capitalise, claiming his second stage win of the rally, clocking a time of 3 minutes and 3.1 seconds.
100, bump up, down, keep left off arrow.
Richard Leek eventually found a competitive pace on the final stage and stopped the clock just 2.2 seconds slower than that of Potgieter's. Jono van Wyk was third fastest on the stage, and Chris Kurtzer fourth on the final special. Fifth fastest for Guy Bottrell this time, his slowest stage, but it mattered not. Chad Conradi's time on the final stage was bested by 3 open category cars, but that also mattered little. He would go on to claim the championship points for 6th position overall in the national R2N class. The open class concluded with a bit of drama. Rory Eland limped his Subaru Impreza home in the slowest time of the runners on the final stage. Nonetheless, he had done enough earlier in the rally to secure the overall victory. His nearest rival was Clyde Challenor, who finished just under 30 seconds behind Eland. Johan Viljoen was third in class in his Volkswagen Polo 250. The classic class saw Etienne Malherbe claim the victory in his Datsun Triple S. The win might have been acquired by default, with all his rivals dropping out, but it remains a notable feat to pilot a 40-year-old vehicle through 164 kilometers of rallying. With the rallying concluded, all that remained of the Algoa National Rally schedule was podium celebrations. The Open Class Awards featured Rory Eland and Robbie Coetzee on the top step of the podium. They were joined by Clyde Challenor and Graham Bishop, who had piloted a Volkswagen Vivo to the second step of the podium. Complete in the top 3 was the Volkswagen Polo 250 pairing of Johan and Juan Viljoen. In the R2N class, there was no such drama. Guy Bottrell, along with Simon Vesilyle, took 9 of the 11 stage wins. The Toyota Gazoo pairing were joined on the second step of the podium by AC Potgieter and Nico Swartz. The Leikamuzi Volkswagen Polo pairings lost to Bottrell, and Vesilyle also sees them give up their championship lead going into the next round of the series.
Yes, after the first round where we didn't score any points, you're under pressure, but we've got 3 in a row now, so that certainly takes off a bit of pressure. But the way the year scored, we drop A event, so we can't have any slip-ups for the rest of the year. So pressure's still on. Where everyone else can drop an event, we drop a 0. So we just got to make sure we carry on winning and get to the end, and hopefully we can get another championship. That's our plan.
The day was much better than yesterday. Yesterday we struggled with the misfiring of the car. Today there was dust in the first stage, so we struggled with dust in the first stage, but I think it was a good day for us today.
Guy Bottrell's victory was sealed by a healthy margin of 1 minute and 27 seconds over AC Potgieter and by 3 minutes over Richard Leek in third. Rory Eland's troubles on the final stage, which saw him lose 1 minute and 35 seconds to Clyde Challenor, brought him to within 30 seconds of losing his rally victory. The Algoa National Rally result sees Guy Bottrell take over the championship points lead from AC Potgieter, whilst Richard Leek remains in third. Jono van Wyk, meanwhile, jumps up the table with his first points of the season. The Algoa Rally marked the halfway point of the season, and now only 3 rallies remain, so the pressure is on for the drivers and co-drivers in their hunt for 2018 glory. The next opportunity to score championship points comes at the Electra Thread Rally in Bronkhorstspruit, Gauteng on the 17th and 18th of August. Thanks for watching, and until next time, goodbye.